Hello, Nick. Looks like we'll try this again. I have a feeling that the best shit of your life probably is the one right before you die. So, moving on. So, little corrections from my previous video. So, I was correct in my thinking, but just didn't follow through with it. That during retreats, if you are in a city, you can convert your retreats into step losses. That is, of course, it won't come into play in this scenario. But if a blitz marker is on the city, that makes it an open city, and they can't convert retreats to step losses. I guess it's like the sort of thing they wouldn't defend it as hard because they wouldn't want to destroy the city. Why my placement of the blitz marker does that, I don't know, but it's a nice little consideration. Let's see, what else was there? Oh yes, my other thing that I kind of saw was so the retreat priorities. If I find them here. So your retreat priorities, you have to look at first, a hex to be retreated into must be further away from the defending hex than any previous hex retreated into, and it cannot contain an enemy zone of control. So the way, when we forced this guy out of Posen in the last play, we had a guy there, so his only legal move was, I guess, here. He could have gone that way, but he went this way. And I stopped him here because I said that he would be overstacked if they all moved in there. But priority 2 of the retreat, if no hex exists that meets priority 1, then the retreat must enter a hex that is further away from the defending hex than any previous hex retreated into, and it must contain a friendly ground, airdrop, or air unit. And if no hex exists that meets either of those priorities, it cannot retreat further. So the overstacking wasn't something that would have disallowed that. So they all would have went in there, and then at the end of the blitz combat segment, they would have had to eliminate down to be legal and stacking. So another interesting consideration when you're planning these attacks, that you can really force your opponent into some bad situations. And so as the opponent, you also have to kind of think of such things to avoid. So let's get to this next play and do some considering. Today is obviously Bloody Mary Day. Got some nice pickles in there and some goodness. Before I forget to it, I'll probably forget to show you, but I did get my latest from Against the Odds magazine, my subscription, so look at that sometime. All right, so let's get going on this scenario's reset. So going down our list of sequence of play, our support unit placement. So we do have this Air Force, and I didn't really explain the placing of the Air Forces. So air bases are railroads, roads, cities that also contain a unit. So this couldn't be used as an air base. This would, and I guess that would too. Yeah. And then this Air Force support unit can be 3 away from one of those. So where I placed it in the last scenario, which I believe is over here, it actually was legal. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I was thinking I was wrong, but I guess not. So let's kind of think here a little bit. So I think this time I'm going to try to put a lot of pressure here to blast through there. I want to make sure I get to here to cut off This guy, if he does happen to retreat, I don't want him to be able to retreat into Warsaw, or really any of them. So we'll probably do our little trick again with these guys. So these, I think where I had it probably was pretty decent, because if we can get to attack Warsaw, we'll get the shift. This is a tough one here. And I think up there, things are probably okay. We're going to probably be taking a chance with my idea here for Posen to fall, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah. So we've done that. That's during the support unit convoy marker placement. So now into the blitz marker segment. So I think where I had it last time is really the best place for it, because we can 1-2 down to there, 1-2 up to there. We can basically have everybody take part in the blitz combat segment. All right, so that was that. All right, on to the organization segment, combination. So again, combination is units stacked in the same hex can combine. So like we could, so here we could have this guy combine with either one of these, and we'd be able to flip them over if we so chose. But we also like having those little one-step units to be the ones we use, so that we can walk through our hexes that we have them retreat from. So I think we're going to keep that for sure. I think that's, so again, we're just going to go with it as is. I think they kind of maybe have the distribution for the best means of achieving the task in this. So we will not do any combination. The next step that we're going to be have to do is break down. We're not going to break anybody down. I think we have enough. Well, you know, we could break this guy down into a 1-2-3 and a 3-4-2, so that if we are able to blast through Krakow, we could have the 1-2-3 advance, and then might get lucky to have him advance. But I don't think we're going to. I think we're going to do it a little bit different this time. All right, so operational movement phase. So again, I think we will have this guy go 1, and then he'll be locked in zone of control. This guy will go 1, 2, 3 over the river, and that'll be him. These guys will sit tight. I think we're going to, let's see. I'm going to move him up here. We'll have this guy move forward. And then, yeah, I think we'll have, yeah, I'm tempted. So if we put him here, we'd have a 7-2, which would be a 3-1, and our Air Force would cancel the shift for the city, and we'd get a shift for the armor. That's probably actually pretty good. So we'll have him go 1, 2, join in there. And up here, let's just leave that for now. And these guys will move forward. We're gonna, as we'll see, we're gonna be relying on a good attack during the regular combat segment to force him out of there. I think what we'll do is 1, 2, 3. We'll have him down here. He can still support attacking there, or here, or here. So that's that. So on to the Blitz combat phase. So everybody's within 2. Hold on a second. All right, I am back. Had to go see what the little weird kitties were doing. All right, so we are in the Blitz combat segment. So let's see, where do we want to start? We want to make sure that, yeah. So what I want to cut some things off. I don't want them to be able to go crazy. So let's go here first. So we're gonna have a 7 to 2. Do I want to have my HQ support this? That would put it up to a 9 to 2, which would give me a 4 to 1. Yeah, let's be sure. So we're gonna have the HQ support the attack into this hex. It can throw it 2 forward. So we're gonna have 4, 9, 9 to 2, 4 to 1. We're gonna go up to 6 to 1 for the Air Force, and then we're gonna go up to 9 to 1 for our armor support during the Blitz combat segment. And then actually we also get an HQ, but that's going to be wasted. And then we're going to come back 1 because of the city. So we're going to be on the 6 to 1, 8 to 1 chart. So still very good. And we roll a 4, which gives us a DR2 0/1 attrition. So it looks like what's going to happen here is, so this guy's got 2 steps. He could, so we're gonna get him out of there. I'm just trying to think. So as the Poland side, they could convert both of those to they can convert both of those to retreat losses, but then they'd be dead. There'd be 1 attrition unsatisfied, so that would kind of screw them getting next to there. They'd only be able to advance to there. If they went, say they convert 1 to a step loss, nah, they're still dead. I mean, they're going to be, or they would have to go 1, 2, and then flip, but that then gives them an exploit of 2. They'd be able to get in there. So what they're going to do is they're going to convert the first retreat into a step loss, and then the second retreat they'll do it into step loss. So there's 1 attrition unsatisfied, so the exploit distance is 1, so it kind of sucks. They don't really get to go any further, but they have taken Krakow, which was one of my my worries. All right, so moving on, let's we're gonna attack here. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're just gonna do it with everybody. If it matters here, yeah, it won't matter. So we're gonna have this stack attack and this stack. So we're gonna come with 8, 11, 11 to 1. This guy doesn't have to worry about the river hex side because he's also being attacked across a non-river hex side. So we're gonna be on the top column, 9 to 1 plus. I mean, we're already 12 to 1, and then maybe I should 5, 6. Yeah, actually, you know what? We are not. Well, yeah, yes, we are. Yeah, we're gonna attack with all those. So 9 to 1 column. Here's the roll. Ooh, good. Got a 2. DR3 0/1 for attrition. So this guy's, so starting with that retreat priority, actually I think he would go here because this hex side is I think a straight hex side. There's no zone of control in there, so he would actually let's see, where was I? DR3. So there's still 2 left on the retreat. He's got nowhere to go, so he can't retreat anymore, and he's got to take the rest as step losses, so he's gone. So he retreated 1, and then there was 3 unsatisfied. So the exploit distance is 1 plus the 2 retreat hexes left. Yeah, and he did satisfy then the attrition. So it's going to be exploit distance of 3. So these guys are all can do exploit distance of 3 up to their movement point. He only has 2, so he can't make it. So these guys, we'll have. Oh, actually, this is good. So yeah, here's why you want to move them one at a time. So this guy will advance. So now he has laid the carpet for these guys who can do their exploit up to 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. We'll put this guy there just for the heck of it, just in case we can get more in there. Which no, we can't. This is pretty much it. So, so now we've got an attack here. If we want it, we could have a 4, a 5, 5 to 2, which would be a 2 to 1, but there's going to be a shift because of the city. So I'm almost thinking we wait on that, and then we make 1. Well, I'm just debating if I want. Well, yeah. See if we get lucky. We'll do it. All right. So we're gonna have this hex and this hex combined to attack here. So 4, 5, 5 to 2 gives us a 2 to 1, and then there's gonna be a shift to the left for the city. So that puts us on the 3 to 2 column. And here we go. A 4. That's going to be an exchange. So let's see, exchange result. All attacking ground units must retreat 1 hex, or one of the attacking ground units must take a step loss. If retreat is possible, the attacker chooses which to do. So we are going to take a step loss because we do not wish to retreat. So we'll take this little guy. If we had armor as part of that attack, we would have had to pick the armor step first. So then, if the attacker retreats, the defender does nothing. Nope, we didn't do that. So if the attacker takes a step loss, then all ground units in the defending hex must retreat 1 hex, or one of the defending ground units must take a step loss. If retreat is possible, the defender chooses. So he wants to hold that city, so he'll take the step loss. So we've got him beat down a bit, which should be very helpful during the regular combat segment. So that ends the blitz combat segment. So now on to the regular combat segment. So let's start with this again. So we're going to have this this guy join in, have all 3 of them, and we're going to throw our HQ's combat support into there. So we got 6, 8, 9, 9 to 1. So we're already on the biggest table. We're losing the advantage of the HQ shift because we're already there, and then it's going to come back to the left because of the city. So we're on the 6 to 1, 8 to 1. So I think we pretty much got this. 2. Oh yeah. So DR3 and 0, 0 for attrition. So we could go. I mean, if he loses a step, it doesn't help him in the least. So we'll just kind of show you. So he can go here because of he's got a friendly unit there. That's the retreat priority 2 there. What I wrote 2, yeah, so 3. So that was 1. Then they would go 2. Then they have no more legal retreat paths, and they have 1 left, so they'll have to take a step loss. So we are preserving the force a little bit, but we did not hold the city. So really, it's really a net positive there. I could have converted the step loss, or the retreat into a step loss. The guy there would have died. We would have still had a front there. So I guess it's situational, whatever seems to be the way to do it. So we'll have these guys advance into there. And by the way, HQs cannot advance after combat. They also cannot retreat. So if you're in a losing battle and you had a HQ support and defense, they have to take a step loss to enable retreat. All right. So now we've got Warsaw here. We need to cause some combination of 2 retreats and attrition to win the scenario. So we're gonna have 8 coming to 2. So again, the river hex side doesn't hurt us because we've got a clear path that this one's attacking across. We are going to get the Air Force. They are going to get the city. So the Air Force and the city cancel out. So it's an 8 to 2, 4 to 1. So here we go. Here's the roll. A 2, rolling good. So what did I say that was? So it's a 4 to 1. So 4 to 1 with a 2, DR2. So we've done it. So he could convert both retreats. Wow, we just did it. Could convert both retreats to losses, but he still loses the city. So I guess for preservation of force, we'll just have him go 1, 2. But we advance in. Actually, even though supply line doesn't matter in this scenario, we'll maintain it back there nicely. And actually, so could do it this way. I want Warsaw held big. Then this guy could exploit because this guy went 2, so you can go 1, 2. Though in this scenario, it doesn't matter. And there you go. The Germans have won Case White scenario, and that's it. And that's I think that's the best way to go about that. Could be some other ways, but I think I'll move on to this. Maybe reset up the Barbarossa scenario again, and kind of maybe have a video now and then about that. But that's it. Talk to you later. Bye.